everybody. Welcome back to Inside the Headset, sponsored by John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Going to roll down to Chattanooga now. 44 years he's been coaching, 17 high school state championships, 499 wins. He's in the National Hall of Fame of Coaching. We bring to live to the air head coach Gary Rankin. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing great, Stork. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Man, I was just looking week one. We'll talk about it just in a minute, but how are you doing overall?
Doing great. We've had a great pre-fall. I think we're certainly excited and ready to play like all the other hundreds of kids in schools in the state of Tennessee. So we're excited. We're opening up with a team that we know very little about, probably as blind as I've ever been going into a game, maybe in a long, long time. We picked up a team out of Maryland and don't know a whole lot about them really. They were in their state championship last year in their division in their league, and so we're expecting you drive 10 hours. I guess you think you got a good chance to win. So we've certainly got our hands full with a team that we know very little about.
Well, and I have to ask, the Pilati Panthers, everybody, that's who they're going to play, and they're from Laurel, Maryland. And when you go and look a little bit of them up, they win 75% of their football games, Coach. And so you didn't.
They won. Hello.
The entire internet went down right in the middle of the show.
Yeah,
that's happened. But anyway, no, you were talking about. So we want to pick it back up. So you didn't know much about this team, but I was commenting that they win 75% of the games, and you said they had gone to the state championship and pick it up there, Coach.
Yeah, they've won some state championships in the past, and they were in the finals last year of their division. They were runner-up, so we certainly know we got our hands full, and, we may have to do a little figuring out as the game goes on a little bit. But it should be a good one.
Yeah. And, how do you look right now? Let's talk about the Boyd Buchanan. What do your numbers look like? I mean, you got a lot of kids playing football, but when we talk about football players, starting-wise, what's your mix look like? You got a lot of –
Our team numbers are up. We've got about 70 on our squad now. That's a good number for our size school. Of course, we've had two pretty good years. We're 25-2 the last 2 years. So there's a lot of interest in our program right now, and a lot of buzz around our program. So we've got a little bit more depth than we've had in the past. We've developed some linemen, which had been a problem at our place when I first got there. We just didn't have a lot of lineman type kids on our squad. So we think we've helped ourselves in areas that we really need to help ourselves with, and now it just comes down to playing and coaching, doing a good job coaching, and seeing what happens.
When you arrange for a team like this, when you're going to play this Pilati Panthers, how did this game come about, Coach? How did you find out?
Well, we couldn't find the first game, is what it was, and our AD advertised it, I guess, on TWA website. And this team from out of state, he called me, and we only have 9 games now, so we were sitting at 8 games, and we were pretty desperate in a lot of ways. So when they called and they wanted to make the trip down here, our AD picked them up, and next thing I knew, it was on. So that's the way it happened. They say they always make one good trip a year, so they decided to come to Chattanooga on their yearly, I guess, away trip, and bring a pretty good football team.
They are. I saw a couple of their highlights, and they got some goons. They're coming in for real. I mean, what I saw on film.
They do. They've got some good players, and they look like they're well coached. So might have bit off more than we can chew, but we'll see what happens.
Other than that, how's your kicking game going to look, Coach?
That's been one of our problems so far. We had a pretty good kicking game the last 2 years. We lost our kicker and our punter he signed with ETSU, and he was a really good one. So to be honest, we struggled a little bit with that this fall. We've tried to correct it with different personnel and different things. So that's one area we've got to try to improve on, and that was one of our main objectives coming into the fall for sure.
Defensively, how do you think you're going to be able to stop some guys?
Got some kids back. We're probably better up front, defensive line and offensive line, than we've been since I've been here for sure. So it usually starts there, in my opinion, and we've done a pretty good job in the fall with our scrimmages and been pretty good up front on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, to coach country last year, and have you added anybody else to the coaching staff? Any changes there?
No, he actually left us, so he's not with us anymore.
Oh, wow.
He's actually at the University of Swanee.
Okay.
He was making an hour and 20-minute drive one way twice a day, and it just really got too much for him and his family. So he had to go back that away a little bit. So I think he's 18 minutes from where he works now. So it all worked out good for him.
Well, that's good.
We hired him. We hired a couple of new coaches this year. Goose Manning is one of our guys, and Will Chambers, who's a so we've added a couple. Our staff has been pretty consistent through the years that I've been here, so we're pretty pleased with our staff and the way things are going.
Well, Coach, $4.99. Nobody will be pulling harder for you Friday night in River. I'm sure half the Riverdale Stadium will be also pulling for you. That's where I'll be Friday night as Coach Shad's going to come in and take on the Riverdale Warriors. So we're going to be pulling for you, Coach, and we wish you the best of luck Friday night and getting that 500th.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Stuart. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach, for being on Inside the